Red tape when you're hanging around. Nothing's ever gonna bring me down. Good times are coming our way. Whenever, wherever, whatever today.
Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host. Welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station, and your place in making today better than yesterday. We are in a new wave, a new chapter, a new paradigm. Each and every day, even each and every moment, allows us to create a new path. You might be thinking that's easy for you to say, or even that's kind of wishful thinking. Let me tell you this, even in our darkest moments, I'm talking real dark, not your menial stressors, but life and death situations, and I've been met with this choice, a new wave, a new chapter, a new paradigm will present itself during our most difficult times. In life, we have a series of choices to be made. In those choices, we can meet that opportunity or let it pass by. To be blunt, it can make us or it can break us. Every experience directly correlates with our emotional capacity, which is our topic of the month. Our emotional response, in other words. So let's explore different emotional responses so we can kind of understand ourselves just a little bit better, by Shelley Clammer. In emotion-focused therapy, emotional responses can be classified into 4 general categories: adaptive, maladaptive, reactive, and instrumental. Let's see where we might fall in the mix. Adaptive, healthy emotional responses are beneficial emotional responses to life. For example, sadness about a loss, anger in response to a violation, a fear to threat, all leads to needed change and powerful action. Sadness is a healthy response when it motivates us to reconnect with someone or something important that is missing. Anger is a healthy response when it motivates us to take assertive action and to end a violation. Fear is also and can be a healthy response when it motivates us to avoid or escape a threat to our well-being. Now, maladaptive, unhealthy emotional responses are generally dysfunctional responses based on emotions conditioned from our past that are no longer useful and are often formed during traumatic experiences. For example, a person may respond with anger at genuinely caring or concern because as a child, he or she was offered caring or concern followed by a violation. Automatically responding to caring or concern with anger, even when there is no violation, becomes the unhealthy response. Complex, reactive emotional responses are when a different emotion occurs after the first emotion. Reactive emotions can be escalations of a primary emotional response. We can feel angry about feeling angry, afraid of our fear, or sad about our sadness. Reactive emotions can be a defense against our primary emotions, such as feeling anger to avoid sadness or fear to avoid anger. Reactive emotions are a defense against feeling the deeper, more painful emotions that we are afraid to see and process. Then there's instrumental, manipulative emotional responses. They are the experience and expressed when we learn that our positive or negative emotions have an effect on others. We might express emotions to get someone to pay attention to us, to get them to do something for us, or approve of us, or perhaps most often, not just disapprove of us. Instrumental emotional responses can be consciously intended or unconsciously learned. Examples include crocodile tears, instrumental sadness, bullying, instrumental anger, crying wolf, instrumental fear, and feigned embarrassment, instrumental shame. Have you ever stepped back to just try and see how you respond? I wanted to share these with you today because the more we understand ourselves, the more and the better chance we have at growing within our emotional capacity. Or better yet, Have you asked your family or your closest friends how they feel you respond? You might not always like what you see or what you hear, but again, you're met with a choice, an opportunity. Negative emotions like fear, sadness, and anger are a basic part of life, and sometimes we struggle with how to deal with them effectively. It can be tempting to act on what you're feeling right away, but that often doesn't fix the situation that caused the emotions. In fact, it may lead to more problems to deal with down the road. Some of the harmful ways that people deal with negative emotions are denial. Denial is when a person refuses to accept that anything is wrong or that help might be needed. When people deny that they are having problematic feelings, those feelings can bottle up to a point that a person ends up exploding or acting out in harmful ways. They can withdraw. Withdrawal is when a person doesn't want to be around or participate in activities with other people. This is different than wanting to be alone from time to time. It can be a warning sign of depression. Some people may withdraw because being around others takes up too much energy or they feel overwhelmed. Others may withdraw because they don't think other people like them or want them to be around. In some cases, people who have behaviors that they are ashamed of may withdraw so other people don't find out about what they are really doing. But withdrawal brings its own problems. Extreme loneliness, misunderstanding, anger, and distorted thinking. We need to interact with other people to keep us balanced. Sometimes people emotionally respond by bullying. Bullying is when a person uses force, threats, or ridicule to show power over others. People typically take part in bullying behavior because they don't feel good about themselves, and making someone else feel bad makes them feel better about themselves, or feel less alone. It's harmful to both the bully and the person being bullied and does not address the underlying issues. Some people tend to self-harm. Some people end up falling into substance abuse. The good news is that with practice, everyone can do a better job of dealing with their negative emotions in healthy ways. One of the ways to deal with uncomfortable or unpleasant emotions is to remember the word path. PATH stands for pause, acknowledge, think, help. Step 1, pause. This step is important because instead of acting on feelings right away, you stop yourself and think things through. Count to 100 if you have to, or say the alphabet backwards. Step 2, acknowledge what you're feeling. For example, you're mad at someone, or you are sad because your feelings were hurt by what they did. Whatever it is that you are feeling, it is okay to feel that way. Step 3, think. Now that you have taken a few moments to figure out what exactly it is you are feeling, think about how you can make yourself feel better. And 4, help. Take an action to help yourself based upon what you came up with in the think step. Pause, acknowledge, think, help. The biggest factor through building your emotional capacity is taking action. I say this all the time. What will you do today to continue to fill your cup? We've had a lot of people asking how they can help, and we are so grateful, especially lately with these trying times. And to be with you each and every week is such a privilege. And if you found value in our podcast, head on over to patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. It only takes a moment of your time, and with your support, you'll get bonus episodes, interviews, giveaways, and you'll become part of our awesome community. Together, we are better, and we hope to see you at patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. Remember, when times get the toughest, keep fighting the good fight.
It's a great day when you're hanging around.